Mm-hmm. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time zone you're in, or what time you're watching this video. I'm pretty excited. I've heard many good things about Seven Sins by Ren, and honestly, I'm surprised I was able to wait this long. But that's good. You know, we're avoiding gluttony, I guess, in a way. But I hope that you're having an amazing week. You might notice the lights are not red because my lights are not cooperating. Why would you not listen to me? So it's going to stay this way for the video, unfortunately. But on the next one, hopefully the lights can turn red again. Hope you're having an amazing week. Love you all. Let's jump right in, shall we? All right, let's go. Away we go. Okay, of course. Every time I pause, it's when a beat drops, man. Okay, but I need to pause because I need to pull up the lyrics. Give me 1 second. Oh my god. Okay, so sickness is my teacher. It broke my smile. My bones feel old. Here lies Ren's body. And isn't that just like everything he's been feeling up until the point where he started to understand what was actually happening to him? It's just he feels broken. He feels old. And sickness is what's teaching him the lessons of life that he's giving to us. And we're getting in this almost like Viking-esque hymn. You know what I mean? Like this sound is so close to what I anticipate like Viking songs sounding like. If you've ever seen Vikings, this sounds like what you would watch as the battle rages on and he's kind of falling to defeat. But here, like, he's not, right? He's just the warrior who will keep fighting till the day he dies because his battle is with the world and with the pain. And so he's never going to stop. Holy, okay. And now we get the drop. I could feel that. Like, there's the shake. Oh, my God. Woo! Oh, the strings.
I lay broken on the kitchen floor. I clawed at the laminate. Pain wandered my body, an uninvited guest. Bones of a home where the devil could rest. I cursed the gods, cursed my messiah, cursed my maker. I cursed all of creation. There I lay, feeble and thin. Sick boy, seven my sin. Have you ever felt pain?
Holy man, the production is absolutely insane. I didn't think we'd hear production at the level of Lost All Faith so quickly. And this is why we don't lose faith in Ren, just because the production is ridiculous. The strings, this bass, that like just where it comes in hitting hard. And it is very jarring almost in a sense, because this is what it felt like for Ren. All of this happening at once, it was jarring. And so that's what we're getting here. But then on top of that, we get this vivid image of what's happening to Ren as he's going through this experience. And then he talks about pain like it's this wanderer, like it found its way into his body and just took hold there. And it was not wanted, but it led him to curse everything that existed, curse the world as he knew it, and led him to question the ideas of God, right? And this is kind of like we had this choral start, like almost like a church hymn, Viking hymn, into this like first descent into madness or away from the traditional aspect of God. And so he curses the Messiah, curses the Maker, curses all of creation because he's done with it. And it's this pain that's driven him to this point. And that's why all of a sudden we see a shift in the music, because now it's like the pain is taking hold. Holy.
Sick boy, seven my sin. Have you ever felt pain?
Even that whisper, it sounds almost seductive. Like the pain's like, sick boy, like inviting him now. And it's like the devil in his mind. Bro, holy smokes.
Feeble and thin. Sick boy, seven my sin. Have you ever felt pain? Stomach wrenching, unrelenting. Tell me, have you ever felt pain? Condescending, muscles clenching. Tell me, have you ever felt pain? A rose emerges from the pavement cracks. They'll write my eulogy with broken glass. Eternal parallax.
Pain. Bro, wow. The choice to make that pain sound like that, like it sounds like the devil saying pain, almost with a smile, because now it's like excited that he's drawing closer and closer to him, because the pain has driven him to this point. But on top of that, he vividly paints this picture of just everything he was experiencing and everything that kind of pushed him to this edge. But I love that line, a rose emerges from the pavement cracks, because think about everything that Ren is about. Like, it's a rose, a natural thing growing from the tarnished world of industry. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what Ren is. He's this rose in this desolate, bleak future. And it's beautiful because in a way it's the devil inviting him, but in the same sense it's almost like he's become the devil to everyone else because his understanding has evolved and he realizes that the way that we're doing things is wrong. And so it is this rose that grows out, but it's through his pain. And he says he writes his own eulogy with broken glass, which, I mean, the representation there is kind of cutting yourself with broken glass to use as ink. And that's what he's saying. He's writing that eulogy with his own blood, with his own sweat and his own pain. Holy man. This one, you can never know what to expect with Ren, quite honestly.
A eulogy with broken glass, eternal parallax. Pain. Pain the author, I accept this. Pain the teacher, bruised apprentice. Pain resisting, pain will come. Pain the mother, I'm the son. Pain that splits you, and too many hits you. The dark and the light will converge to one. Pain that twists you, the heavens dismiss you. The Father, the Ghost, and the Holy Son. Body bags, body.
Oh, bro, body. I love when he talks about. Okay, but hang on. So, wow, that line, the dark and light are converging to one, because pain in his experience is not just something to bring darkness now, because that's how he thought of it at first. But then he realized that in that pain there are lessons to be learned. Right? It's the mother. It's teaching him. It's raising him. He's the son. And it's also his teacher, but he's a bruised apprentice who's just like tired, but at the same time wants to learn. And so even though he's tired of it, he invites it still because he wants to evolve. He wants to grow as a person. But the way to say the dark and the light are converged as one, it's like the pain is both the darkness because it brings you pain, but it's a light because it brings you evolution, change in perspective. And that's what happens. And then that pain that twists you, quite literally turning your perspective around, right? Almost like, man, the way he writes is so beautiful. I love it so much. Holy smokes. And then he thinks about like the heavens dismiss you, the Father, the Ghost, and the Holy Son, because he feels like these deities that he prayed to have forsaken him. They're gone. Where are they? Right? So now he's just left with the pain as heaven ignores him. And even though he cries out for the suffering to end, it doesn't. But then he realizes that in that suffering there is light. Bro.
The heavens dismiss you, the Father, the Ghost, and the Holy Son. Body bagging me. Zip it up quick, get their things on beat. I search for peace in the belly of a beast. Sick boy, on a matter running up a following the leader. Wanna be me, huh? Grass isn't greener. Bright lights, he's your dynamite dealer. Dine at the table of the coroner, eat top for 30.
Bro, dine at the table of the coroner? Holy. The coroner, like the person who brings the dead bodies, right? That takes care of the dead bodies, and it's taking care of him, like death is taking care of him. Holy. But I love that he's saying body bagging me. It's body bags to him are his troubles, his traumas, his experiences that are painful, and they're body bagging him because they're making him feel like he's gonna die, right? But then on top of that, he says, I searched through the belly of the beast. Yeah, that's the pain. That's the suffering. And he keeps searching through it because he won't allow this thing to just consume him the way it has been, like inside the belly of the beast. He will search for the meaning inside the belly and find that sword and tear it and cut through the beast itself. And all of that through this immense pain that he's suffering. And I love that he says that, like, oh yeah, you want to be me, huh? Grass is always greener. And isn't that the way it is? Grass is always greener on the other side. Like, yeah, he's got a lot of support now, a lot of fame, a lot of recognition. But even through all that, look how much pain he suffered through. And we don't get to see that side. And so he's like, yeah, you want to be me? I didn't get here by just, having a life that I could just simply enjoy. Of course, he enjoyed moments in his life, but on top of that, he suffered through so much to get to this point. So it's like, yeah, grass isn't always greener. You might think that you want to be in my position, but being here requires a lot. It requires the strength to keep moving, to keep pushing through the belly of the beast to find that hope and that meaning. Damn, man. Holy.
My dealer, dine at the table of the coroner, E-top for 13 years and I've been feeling so stark. Lucky number 13, just my luck. Empires tumble, rubble and dust. The universe shrinks and the planets combust. In God we trust. God tied a noose to his neck and he walked to the edge and he
Oh, man.
Angels wept, I bear witness, watching the whole thing unfold from my bed. A bed where I never deep.
And then there we go. God ties the noose because he's done with it too, right? He's done with the pain too. And it's not even just God. It might be even be the inside his mind, the God that is himself, right? But then in that sense, it's like that God that he prayed to, right, is now also jumping. And it's like, wow, how do we have any hope if God is leaving us, right? And it's because he's looking and watching the world crumble. And that's where it comes from, right? And in his mind, it's like he can see the future. He can see this time because he mentions also like the universe shrinks and planets combust. And that's what's going to happen in the long run. In terms of physics, planets will disintegrate over time. They'll be absorbed by the sun. Then everything else will crumble with it. Time will keep pushing. But in his mind, he sees all that. He's basically telling us that he's seeing the future. And the future is bleak. And there God jumps off the edge, right? And that's such a dope way to say that. Wow. And even the 13 years are on, like, the idea of that is it's an unlucky number, but to him it's almost lucky in a weird way because yeah, he suffered for 13 years, but now that suffering is turning to like this flourishing, this emergence of Ren. And it took those 13 years of unlucky to get to this moment of luck. So in a weird way, it is just his luck. Holy smokes, man. Okay.
Wept, I bear witness, watching the whole thing unfold from my bed. A bed where I never deep rest, a bed where I'm always depressed, a bed with the human oppressed, a bed for a tomb where I slept, a bed in the room that's a womb for this mess. Sick boy bitten by a tick boy, tell me how it feels to be buried while you breathe. Stones and sticks boy, pain is a gift boy, hard to make a stand when you crawl on your knees and I kneel.
Yo, I'm so sorry. I have to go back and listen again. I got so caught up with the violin, and then I heard sick boy, and I love hearing, like, when he says sick boy, I love that, like, sick boy, bitten by a tick boy. And it's so funny that he turned that into something that's so catchy, even though it's so painful for him to think about that. But we got to go back because this instrumentation is nuts. It's like, na, 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 na. It's got this, like, somberness, but also this heroicness to it. Right? It's like you can feel the pain he suffered through to gain this strength and to garner it. And that's just in the instruments? Bro, what is happening? Let me go back a little bit. I'm so sorry.
Witness, watching the whole thing unfold from my bed. A bed where I never deep rest, a bed where I'm always depressed, a bed with the human oppressed, a bed for a tomb where I slept, a bed in the room that's a womb for this mess. Sick boy bitten by a tick boy, tell me how it feels to be buried while you breathe. Stones and sticks boy, pain is a gift boy, hard to make a stand when you crawl on your knees and I kneel.
Oh my god. And this is almost reminds me of like How to Be Me, like the song, and the way he's thinking about the room as like his tomb, right? It's where he's feeling like he's buried because he's spending so much time here. He's actually confined to his bedroom because he can't really go out when he's experiencing so much suffering, going through the things that he was going through at the time. And so it's become this tomb, but it's also a womb for this mess. Like it's given birth to and grown this mess inside of him where the mess is almost how he feels both internally in terms of his physical health, but then also his mental health. And so that's what's given birth to this version of Ren, but it's in the most backwards way, leading to one of the most beautiful things that we've ever seen. Just absolutely wild. And then the other side of that is like stones and sticks, where because he's probably been called Sick Boy, right? And then he took that and wore it like an emblem, like armor, and saying, yeah, you know what, sticks and stones, call me Sick Boy, but that's what's going to get me to where I need to be. And it's understanding that got him to be the Ren that we know. And hard to make a stand when you crawl on your knees and I kneel, because he's just kind of done. And yet still, our boy keeps pushing, man. Oh my god, this is insane. I don't even the way that this music is going to. I was so caught up in it. This is another like movie trailer production where there's so much meaning packed into it, but it can still just the hype track of it. It could absolutely be a trailer for a great movie. I hope people start using Ren's music for that, because like I heard NF on a trailer a little while ago, and it was Clouds. And like that totally is a trailer song. And Ren is just releasing bangers after bangers, which could all be trailer songs. Holy.
Boy, hard to make a stand when you crawl on your knees, and I kneel. I kneel at the altar of my own disease and I beg the sky for mercy, mercy never came. I did me dirty, 33 and hurting, cursing. Jesus died at 33 and still my sins are lurking. Gears are turning, future stays uncertain, searching incision. Murder, ambition, fear of the unknown preserves a religion. Denounced the gods when my body went missing. Back then, the pain spray.
What are these flow switch ups? Hang on, I can hear him already starting a different cadence. But like the way he's singing this is changing too, and it's his evolution as a person, right? Being reflected in that. Even here, it was like almost like it wasn't a cadence I expected. It almost sounds unsure of itself, and that's exactly what he's trying to carry here. But then he says like, Jesus died at 33, and my sins are lurking, right? But on top of that, why, if he was released from his pain, why can't I be released from my pain in this way? And then he's also thinking about the fact that like that could be something he could do. He could die, and that could be it. But then on top of all of that, he's like, gears are turning. The future stays uncertain, but he keeps moving. He keeps moving with those gears. He keeps going because he's not going to stop. He won't let that stop him. But one of my favorite lines is, fear of the unknown preserves a religion. Bro. Like, I think one of the things that I like, it is, okay, so I play League of Legends, and one of the lines that one of the characters says is, hope is the opiate of the frail. And sometimes we turn to things, and not saying that everyone who does this for this way, but a lot of people turn to religion when things are going horribly, right? And that's kind of the way that it works. Sometimes you just need some hope. And in a way, he's like, I need to find my religion, my hope. And so he's searching for something to put his hope into, and then he says he's praying at the altar of his own disease. What a bar. Because it's like he's now finding hope in his disease. This disease is guiding him. It's teaching him the lessons of life. And yet he's still, the way he words it, he's kneeling at the altar. He's down on his knees. So he's still experiencing pain, and yet he's turning it all to this hope and to this oh my god, dude, he's wild. Like, just come on. And then I want to go just a little bit further back just to hear the cadence switch.
Did me dirty, 33 and hurting, cursing. Jesus died at 33 and still my sins are lurking. Gears are turning, future stays uncertain, surgeon incision, murder, ambition, fear of the unknown preserves a religion. Denounced the gods when my body went missing. Back then, the pain spray.
When my body went missing. Man, there's so many layers of that, because it's like, one, it's like Joe's body went missing, so to an extent his other pains are still playing their part, but then on top of that, his body feels like it's gone missing because he's no longer in the picture in a lot of ways at this point. And then on top of that, he feels like his body's betrayed him, like it's left him, so his body went missing. Yo, honestly. And then listen to this cadence switch right at the end there.
Unknown preserves a religion. Denounced the gods when my body went missing. Back then, the pain spray ricochet like a Mac 10. Hot lead hit the bed that was trapped in. Red wing seraphim out of God's grace. Cried tears from heaven like Clapton. Stick pins in the voodoo Hendrix. Thick skins, they humble Kendrick. Stay skeptic, checked the biometrics. Bloodstain, crime scene, forensic. Lights on, lights
on. Oh man, what the hell is happening in this song? But you can see even the cadence. So it went from this like unsure slow pace to this like da 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 da, and now he found his rhythm. But then we were just about to hear this like rising voice come in. But one of the lines I really like here is red winged seraphim, one of God's grace. But red wings aren't associated with God; they're associated with the devil. And so in a way, the devil is where he's now found his religion. But also the devil is a fallen angel, so he realizes that devils and their sins, even though they've been painted in that way, aren't necessarily always the devil. And sometimes you may need to turn to the darkness to find the light. What a great way to say that. And then all these callbacks like Hendrix, Clapton, Kendrick, stay humble, bro. Jesus, man. I cannot stress enough how talented Ren is at writing. Like, this is ridiculous. And then even at the end there, the forensic, like, it's forensic because he's literally doing forensics on himself, dissecting himself, and like you said earlier, a surgeon creating incisions to understand himself, creating these holes of pain to start understanding his suffering and turn it into something more powerful. But then also forensic, Jesus Christ, man.
Tricks, bloodstained crime scene, forensic. Lights on, lights out, fade into the background. So down, running from the silhouette of self-doubt. By now, really should have figured this shit out. Lights on, lights out, smack down. Let it be, quote on.
Yo, and then we get the hype voice. Oh my god. Okay, so this is it. This is the cyclical process he's going through. Lights on, lights out, fade in the background, slow down, because all of this is going too fast. Now he's starting to really understand what's going on, and it's starting to change who he is as a person. But he's running from the silhouette of self-doubt, because in that same way, he doesn't know if he's making the right decisions. Do we ever know? But even then, he's starting to understand that maybe we never know. Maybe we'll never find out if the decisions that we make are right, but we make the best decision that we can in that moment, and we keep pushing. And that's what he's doing. And he even thinks to himself, by now, I should know the right way. I should have figured this out. But we might never know if we figured anything useful out in our time. And that's okay. It's okay to be uncertain about that, because we just make the best decisions that we can and hope for the best. And that's where he's finding, that's what he's finding right now, is that hope. Oh my god. And it's a lights on, lights out smackdown, because like everything now is like combat, and internally he's kind of battling himself. Okay.
Smackdown. Let it be, quote John Lennon. Click clack, John got a shot for attention. What does that tell you about the good of intentions? Bitterness formed in a storm of aggression. Prophets get dropped, imagining heaven. Martin Luther, Mahatma, dead. 6-6 followed by 6 and 7. Build 'em, praise 'em, bury 'em dead. I was born to be half a man with half a chance. My heart isn't half righteous, half is down, and half a gram. Half those troubles and thoughts stay darker than a Rukai master plan. Sharper than glass shards, splinter and cinnamon. Irony could kill a man. He makes money when the music lands. Expand, pay me my cheese, rain down parmesan.
And then we get a slow down, and we get that whisper again. I am not entirely sure about the 6-6 followed by 6-7, but I do wonder if it's like 7 is also a lucky number, right? So it's like 666, the devil is followed by his luck. So in a way, he's chased by the devil, but then it's turned him to this luck that he's found in the sense that it's given him this hope. But then also he uses the idea of John Lennon, where it's like such a brilliant soul who tries to teach us to let it be and try to teach us hope and give us music and creativity, was shot for something just almost like for attention, like he's saying here, right? And he was taken away from us, and yet he was trying to do something good. And it's like that's how Ren feels. It's like he's in this moment where he's trying to teach us, and he's trying to help others kind of garner some understanding, but in that way he's being put down in his prime by this pain, by this suffering. And he says bitterness formed in the storm of aggression, and it's almost his own bitterness alongside the bitterness of others who are probably bitter about the way that he is now starting to rise, right? And it makes him wonder. And I now that I'm seeing, like, he's so like well versed in so much knowledge. And I think that's what really draws me to him, because his lyrics are so laden with just opportunities of understanding, and no one's going to see the lyrics the same way, because it also requires you to reflect on yourself. And I really, really love that. One of the cool lines here too is build 'em, praise 'em, bury 'em, dead 'em. Because he's saying that like people get built up to this person that they are, like, that they hope to be, and that others build them up to be, but then the same people in the same way might actually try to take them down. And that's exactly what happened here. The person that shot John Lennon, he was a big fan. Well, huge, kind of weird way to show that, but that ultimately led to his own death. And that's what we're getting out of this. And I have to go back, because when we got that whoa like that, I totally lost it. I didn't even hear what was happening. I was just lost in the production. This might be the best produced track on the album. Holy.
From the silhouette of self-doubt. By now,
I went way too far, but I want to hear this anyways.
Smackdown. Let it be, quote John Lennon. Click clack, John got a shot for attention.
And now he sounds like Screech.
Bitterness formed in a storm of aggression. Prophets get dropped, imagining heaven. Martin Luther, Mahatma, dead. 6-6 followed by 6 and 7. Build 'em, praise 'em, bury 'em dead. I was born to be half a man with half a chance. My heart isn't half righteous, half is down, and half a gram. Half those troubles and thoughts stay darker than a Rukai master plan. Sharper than glass shards, splinter and cinnamon. Irony could kill a man. He makes money when the music lands. Expand, pay me my cheese, rain down parmesan. Followed by
Yo, come on. And then he also like that line, I was born to be half a man with half a chance. So like he feels like his body's functioning in half capacity and he never really had a chance to begin with, but what he did, he took that pain and that suffering and he magnified it into this crazy strength that he now shows us. But it took a lot to get there, right? And we see, I love that thoughts stay darker than Urukai's master plan, which is like from, I'm assuming this is the Lord of the Rings reference. The master plan is to turn the world to evil, right? Turn the world to the Urukai. And yet he's saying like in his head, the thoughts are even darker than that. But it's funny because the thoughts that he has is to turn the world to good. And so the world's perception of darkness is actually mistaken in this, which is so cool. And then one of the ends here is pay me cheese, rain down Parmesan. And that's just, it's a classic, right? But it's so good. And I wonder if like pay me cheese, pay me my cheese is almost like also a reference to cheese, like when you take a picture. I think that might be a stretch, but it could be cool because it's like the exposure that he gets. Holy.
My makes money when the music lands, expand, pay me my cheese, rain down Parmesan. Followed by seven whole sins for a self-made
Armageddon.
Sin
Okay.
one, pride makes a man kill a man for his ego to survive. Sin 2, lost makes the grass look greener, crucifies trust. Sin 3, gluttony, humans consume.
Crucifies trust. Trust is the thing that you idolize, that you treat like God in a relationship. And so when you lust on the other side, you actually crucify it, you burn it away, or not burn it, but you put it on the stake and ultimately like, you know, you kill it by being lustful. And that's a sin. Yo, that's such a great way to say that. Holy smokes.
Lost makes the grass look greener, crucifies trust. Sin 3, gluttony, humans consume, planet Earth gets a frontal lobotomy. 4, sloth.
Planet Earth gets a frontal lobotomy. Bro, frontal lobotomy is so your frontal lobe is the one that's most evolved. And so he's saying that your you're giving the Earth a frontal lobotomy. So by doing that, you're actually taking us back to times where our brains are almost less developed than they were before, which is a play because one, it's like, yeah, we are doing that by making everything like honestly so easy that we don't even have to think for ourselves 99% of the time. But also we're destroying and consuming the planet, which actually, when we think it's evolution and progress, it's actually not. It's backwards thinking. We're removing parts of our brain, and that's the most forward thinking part. So we're not thinking forwards anymore. We're only thinking back. Bro, what is happening?
Earth gets a frontal lobotomy. 4, sloth, rinse and repeat, reruns, repeat, time lost.
Yeah,
Sin 5,
the cycle
envy,
continues.
That's when one man's win is another man's frenzy. Sin 6, wrath, rage, vengeance, killers, psychopath. Sin 7, greed plants a seed that will destroy us all if we succumb to greed. If we take what we need and take more than we need, then our oceans will bleed. Still we feed and we feed and we sleep and repeat. Then we exile the shepherds and follow the sheep. We inherit the meat.
Exile the shepherds and follow the sheep. Bro, what the hell is going on? How do you write so well so many times with such beautiful lyrics? Like, and it's so true. It's planting the seed of greed, and that greed makes you just keep pushing for more for yourself, even though it's detrimental to everybody else and the planet. And we don't see it that way. Oceans are deteriorating. The climate is shifting. How many warning signs do you need that things are not going the way that they should be? Don't worry about that, sweep under the rug, let's keep making money, is basically what's happening here. And that is what he says about sloth too. It's the vicious cycle continues because we're too lazy to make a change. We're too lazy to see, to put in the effort to create positive change. And so what are we doing? We're giving the Earth a frontal lobotomy. Holy smokes. Holy smokes.
And repeat, then we exile the shepherds and follow the sheep. We inherit the meat. We inherit this world that we bruise and we beat. We inherit this vanity, circles of creeds. Inherit the liars, the murderous thieves. One sin for every one day of the week.
I mean, like, he said it best. And I don't even like, holy, all of that just dumped at the end there, because it's like, after this journey of self-understanding and self-exploration, this is the result. He realizes that all of these people that we put in these positions of power, of respect, they don't really have the best intentions for most of us. And so, in a way, we're actually following sheep who have been following other sheep who have been following other sheep who have been following other sheep who did exactly the same, because those people also thought, hey, this person knows what they're doing. They're making positive changes, but they weren't making positive changes. And yet we followed them. And so that vicious cycle continues and continues and continues to where we are now, where we kept thinking we were going in the right direction, but actually we were moving backwards in a lot of ways. Now, not to say every way. Obviously, there have been many things that humans have done that have been pretty good, but there are a lot of ways that we could improve. And so that's what he's saying here, that ultimately we're following the devil. We're following the 7 sins. That's what it comes down to. And so now it's not 6, it's 6667, because we're at the 7th sin, and it's almost like he's counting us up to the level of mistakes we made. Now we've made it to 7. We just continue to push this. We just continue to make these mistakes and not think about the effect that we have, and not think about how can we do positive change, because we're so used to it that we think it's okay, even though it's not. And yet the only way to make that change is to make sure that everybody comes to the same realization. And that's what he's trying to do here with his music. I love this man so much. He's so damn good at what he does. And his man, he knows how to really capture your attention, and then also like make you feel like you are powerful, and we are powerful. And that's the important thing that he's trying to remind us, is that we do have power. We've just forgotten that we have power. Man, what a banger. What a song, what production, and even the way the music changed at the end there. Like, I want to just go back for a second. It almost sounds like, you know how we had the strings at the start? They might sound the same, but it almost now in my mind sounds like they're like a reverse of a string. You know what I mean? Like he played notes and now it sounds backwards. And I wonder if that's intent. I would just want to hear this.
We inherit the me, we inherit this world that we bruise and we beat. We inherit this vanity, so because of creeds. Inherit the liars, the murderous thieves. One sin for every one day of the week.
And I wonder if that's intentional too, because it's like he's saying, yeah, we were moving forward and now we're moving backwards. Or maybe we were moving backwards the whole time and we just didn't realize it. Holy smokes, what a banger. Wow. This is definitely up there in like my top 3 tracks. I think Illest of Our Time has got to be the one I listen to the most, but this one is definitely going to be up there. What a song. Amazing. Man, if you liked what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, or don't. Who am I to say? I hope that your week is better than your day. Your month is better than your week. Your year is better than your month. Love you all. Damn, go listen to this one 1,000 more times, right? That's what's about to happen. I'll see you guys on the next one.